Oh hoy hoy YouTube, it's that time of year again. It's the time where I get frustrated by Square Enix's chronic abuse of my love for them. It was revealed not too long ago that Final Fantasy 13 Versus is not showing up at the Tokyo Game Show. To backtrack, the game has been in development for only 6 years. I posted a video not too long ago about the game being alive. Well, I take that back. I spoke too soon. The game has gone underground again. If there's ever a time to update us about the status, it was the Tokyo Game Show, folks. That was the spot to do it. After skipping E3 and going dark for a long time, Square Enix is at it yet again, hiding Versus. To add another layer to this, as a Kingdom Hearts fan, KH3 won't start production until Versus is done. Could you imagine waiting years for one game to come out just so a completely different game could get started? The worst part about all this is that Final Fantasy 13 is getting another sequel as Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns or whatever they call it. The game development actually started a month ago and Square is going to present the game at TGS. They're going to get geared for the 2013 release date. Now, I haven't played Final Fantasy 13. It could be a great game. I'm looking at both my copies right now. But it hasn't been received well financially speaking. In addition, they're relaunching Final Fantasy XIV, a game that the company claimed lost them $148 million. To be fair, Final Fantasy XIV actually looks a bit interesting, but they're competing in a market where the Old Republic and World of Warcraft are losing subscribers to free-to-play games like Guild Wars. It's just ground that Final Fantasy XIV can't make up. On the other hand, while we talk about Final Fantasy XIII, let's look at the Metal Gear Solid franchise. I feel rewarded as a fan of the series. Ground Zeroes is built from the ground up, and we got an amazing trailer with gameplay. I think everyone has concluded by now that Ground Zeroes is probably going to come out before Final Fantasy 13 Versus. Konami is at least doing something right. Consider when Metal Gear Rising was having troubles with development. They gave it to Platinum Games, and it looks great now. And the original team that left Metal Gear Rising, they went off to develop Metal Gear Ground Zeroes. Great investment if you ask me, and a great use of resources. Unlike Square Enix, of course. Don't expect Versus until winter 2014 at this pace. And seriously, don't expect Kingdom Hearts 3 until 2017. It's very depressing news. I'm still holding on to that little bit of hope that Kingdom Hearts HD Collection gets announced at TGS as a quick cash-in, one which I will buy. In your comments below, tell me what's the longest you've ever waited for a game. As always, you're watching TYT Gaming, hosted by Brandon.